That we come by. We moved our female beta from the beta bowl into this tank here. She caught the popeyed and the other tank. We're going to do this video on how to treat popeyed and pretty much what the cause of it is. If you see the eye to the left, probably the right for you guys, it's popping out a little. A lot of times that can be caused during a new cycle. Because of the substrate not being rinsed correctly, or your water perimeters being not clean, meaning high ammonia or bad nitrites, and so on and so forth. It can cause the swelling of the eye, meaning liquid is being put into the back of the eye and causing the swelling. To get it back to how it was, the normal state of the eye, it's very simple. You want to do 100% water change, having a lot of beneficial bacteria already in your tank. With that said, and you want to put in any antibiotics, bacteria antibiotics. I use this one here. Works very well. I never had this issue with a beta or any other fish besides goldfish. I had these issues with goldfish because goldfish are what we call the pigs of the tank. So this is the first time for me, and the reason why she caught it in this tank here. This tank was rescaped. Don't worry about it right now. It's nothing in it. We got to do a water change on this on Sunday and get some more beneficial bacteria in here. She sat in that for about 2 days. While I went out, got that filter, the new filter, and the new substrate. Substrate, I didn't rinse it very well. It wasn't pre-washed. I had it to do it myself, and I thought I did it good enough. It did cause a little cloudiness of the water. I let it be. I did a water change. Then I tested the tank, and everything in the tank came out really good. Came out really good. So I ended up putting her in it. She was fine for several days. The power of this filter here was just a little too strong for her, and I noticed her hanging out back there, which I'm guessing caused the swelling of the eye with the tank and the water perimeter of this tank. So you guys know our other female beta actually passed a couple of days ago. To this day, I don't know what caused that death. She was very aggressive the last couple of days after recycling this tank. Not recycling, rescaping the tank and getting rid of the plecos that was housed in this tank. I think she just passed of loneliness, to be honest. And now we have this one in here. The eye has already went down, being in this tank. So hopefully she poos through with the water changes. I just did one today. There's medicine in the tank now. That's why you see this foaminess. I actually brought the water down some. I'm not going to fill it up too high just to make the water changes more easier. But this tank is going to be getting a lot of water changes. And that's what you want when you get popeye. And popeye is pretty much just fluid getting behind the eye. And what that does is pretty much bad water perimeters or just your substrate not being clean or rinsed properly. We added a small plant here and a smaller plant dead in the middle. This one we got to kind of push back underneath, but all the other plants are doing pretty well. So popeye, that's how you treat it. You just get yourself something fungus related, usually works. Swellingness, you can use that. You can also use freshwater salt. Do I have any? You can use aquarium salt. Be very careful with using aquarium salt if you got plecoses. They're not big fans of this stuff. But this is very good for most fish diseases with quarantining. In reality, you really want to poo the sick fish out and put it into a quarantine tank, but this tank is pretty fine. All the other fish are fine, the snails are fine, everything in here is fine. This is pretty much her quarantine tank because the water perimeters in here were far more better than what she came from. We did a water change over here. It was a lot more cloudy than this. Did a water change to clear it up some. I'm starting to have trouble with my new device here. It's doing such a good job of sucking everything up. After a while, I'm having to rechange it constantly to keep the water more clear. So I'm thinking about upgrading the bottle to something bigger or using a different type of filling. I used to use a polyester filling. Now I'm using this other stuff. I forget what it's called. It does a good job, but it's not as great as the polyester filling. Polyester filling does a much better job of keeping the water clear. But everything in here is fine. Today I actually did a lot of hands-on with the Doja Loach. This is by far the most funny feeling fish there is. This fish feels very funny at the touch. It's not like scales or like a skin. It's very weird to explain. It feels like silk. Never had any problems with her at all. Perfect. Very perfect. That's about it, guys. Thank you for viewing. That's how you cure popeyes. Any questions, just leave a comment.